I guess I could also just talk about all the freaking drama that's been going on this week. That'd be something else, I guess. The problem that I have with a lot of the drama is most of the things that have been said would have been things I would say. So, like, oh, there's all that chess drama, there's that slicker drama, right? Is that how you say it? And all that different drama is like, yeah, you know what? It's fine. Like, obviously, scamming people for money is bad. And then there's all that just weird chess drama. Don't really have any connections to chess at all. Haven't played chess on stream. I played chess once in real life with my cousin, and that was it. I don't really care about drama. Or, I don't care to talk about it, propagate it anymore. Like, dude, everyone, what was it? 2 days ago, everyone was just farming it. Bro, everyone was just watching Mizkif's stream. And anyone else that was talking about it. It was all that they were doing. And now we've moved on to new drama. I've seen there's new drama with Minx and other people, but mainly Minx. But don't know anything about that. I just saw it happen like a few hours ago. Maybe it was last night, but I'm not on Twitter. That's where I think it first broke. Let's actually check. Oh, this is hot. This is very hot right now. Gambling. I saw this from Ludwig and everyone. The gambling thing is a problem. It's been a problem. XQC, Trainwreck. The other one I know is Karina Kampf. She's been doing a lot of gambling streams. So let's see what this is. Gambling content on Twitch has been a big topic of discussion in the community and something we've been actively reviewing since our last policy update in this area. Today we'll want to update you on our plans. We will prohibit sharing links or referral codes to all sites that include slots, roulette, and dice games. Some people circumvent these rules and expose our community to potential harm. Slowly making a policy update on October 18th to prohibit streaming of gambling sites that include slots, roulette, or dice, games that aren't licensed either in the U.S. or other jurisdictions that provide sufficient consumer protection. These sites will include Stake.com, Rollbit, DualBits, Roobet. However, we may identify others as we move forward. We'll continue to allow websites that focus on sports betting, fantasy sports, and poker. We'll show specifics on the updates to our gambling policy soon, including the full policy language to make sure everyone is clear to our new rules before they take effect. Okay, so it's not an immediate fix, but in about a month. How long ago was this sent out? Yeah, this was sent out today. A few hours ago, actually. So, I mean, that's amazing. Yeah, Ludwig was right there. Great policy change. Nick. Doesn't stream on Twitch. Oh my goodness. That is funny. You're getting a like. But hey, I think that's a good call. Twitch, that's a good move on Twitch, obviously. Gambling is a big problem. It's an addiction. As someone that struggled with different addictions, having something to limit it and, not be able to make money off of it on stream. That's what a lot of streamers are doing, where they're getting paid to just roll lots on stream, so obviously that's no fun. Little Nas X sends pizza to religious protesters at a show, then falls in love with one of them? Okay, interesting. That's interesting, I guess. What? It's from Entertainment Weekly. Entertainment Weekly isn't a stinking tabloids, is now? Did it turn to a tabloids when I wasn't looking? Alright, let's go back to live stream fails. Oh, OTK has placed Mizkif on leave. Oh, that was another stuff that happened. Ice Poseidon was sending out a bunch of DMs of Mizkif earlier. Was that also today, I think? What was that today or yesterday? I don't know. I saw it earlier today, but again, things pop into my timeline. I check Twitter like once, maybe every other day, so I'm not always up to date on what exactly is most poppin'. To the OTK community. When OTK was formed nearly 2 years ago, we strive to create a gaming organization that embodies our values as creators, gamers, and individuals. Yesterday evening, a series of clips and content surfaced related to one of our founders. Due to the seriousness of what's been brought up, we have begun the process of contracting a third-party legal organization to investigate the issue in detail. In the meantime, Miskith has been placed on leave and will be stepping away from his organizational duties pending the result of the investigation. OTK strongly condemns sexual harassment, assault, and bigotry in all forms. We appreciate your support and patience during this time. We'll provide updates as we receive them. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of covering up of sexual assault, supposedly, and just assault. So anyway, I bought a whole bunch of Strungite. I don't know what that is. Yeah, strongly condemns but covered it up for years. Who was in the car? Yeah, so there's some interesting things in there. It's been a good week and a half of just dramas coming out on Twitch, everywhere. Oh yeah, has it just literally been this week? Who knew his frickin' announcement video would be so true now? Let's see, what's this? The harassment is about the Discord logs and comments Slick made towards every girl who came forward. Slick sexually assaulted Adriana, and there's no excuse for it. Her story deserves to be told, and I'm glad she was able to share it fully. Okay. Hey guys, everyone found crazy Slick. He's now harmed himself after hearing about from Adriana and numerous other women who have shared their experiences with him. It's clear that he is not the person he made himself out to be. Slick has been told to vacate our house as soon as possible. I appreciate the support of those who are bravely enough to come forward with their stories and his behavior. A little while after Slick misconduct came to light last year, I made some inexcusable statements on an alt stream. After some chat messages got to me, to Adriana, all those affected by sexual harassment. I'm sorry for those statements. I mean, come off as edgy and cool. I understand that. I do that too with my own friend groups. Not necessarily to the same degree. I try to hold myself up to a moral standard as a Christian. But trying to be funny is a downside. You have to hold your tongue. And this is, if anything, all this drama this past week has brought forth just a main problem and a main issue of having a lifestyle or having a kind of persona. Okay, so you have a persona online, and you want to keep that persona up and up and up and up and up. You want to keep creating more antics. You want to keep it going. You want to stay, relevant in a sense. And a problem that can come about with that is if you start out very edgy, or even if you start out not so edgy, but you like to make jokes that are maybe a little more off-colored. If you try to get more edgy, that can be, disastrous, because you're always thinking like, what can I say to one up myself? What can I say to one up my friends? And that's a problem when it comes to just in general, not even just online sphere, but especially online sphere, because while say you and your friends may be fine with some edgy jokes, those edgy jokes aren't going to fly in other circles, especially if they're online. They're going to be there forever, especially if you're a streamer that has thousands of eyes on you. Someone has it saved somewhere that'll go up again, or in this case DMs. So to have this is just a reminder for everyone to always have a lock on their tongue. Where in the Bible is it? There's somewhere in the Bible. Sexual misconduct, sexual assault, that is bad. That is bad, but why does it take so long for this stuff to come out? Do people actually just cover it up? Or do people, what is it about people that they're willing to cover up for their friends? Or maybe not even their friends, they're just willing to cover it up. Okay, so here it is. So, James chapter 3 verses 1 through 3. Not many should become teachers, my brothers, knowing that we will receive a stricter judgment. For we all stumble in many ways. If anyone does not stumble in what he says, he is a mature man who is also able to control his whole body. Now, When we put bits into our mouths of now when we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we also guide the whole animal. This is, of course, leading into the idea that we have to have control. We can't just go about and just kind of do whatever. As it goes on in 4. And consider ships. Those very large and driven by fierce winds, they are guided by a very small rudder wherever the will of the pilot directs. So too, though the tongue is a small part of the body, it boasts great things. Consider how large a forest a small fire ignites. Yeah, I mean, we see that every year now. It's almost, it is a yearly thing now. Out in the West, cigarette, smoke, fire, campfire, left unintended. Here's the Bible telling us about the fact that this thing controls so much of our lives. So much of what we say dictates how people perceive us, how we go about our lives, how we do our daily things. And covering up, and not even the question of why people cover it up or why these things come out years later. It's just the fact that we are willing to do these things to cover it up because we don't want to face the consequences. We have to be able to be in control of ourselves at all times. That's what Christian men are called to do. That's what Christian women are called to do. That's what every man and woman should be striving to do. Having that control and not be seeking out said pleasures or desires that would lead to or even have disastrous consequences. Living a sick and perverted life will lead you to have sick and perverted thoughts, and it seems like this Slick. I've never watched any of his stuff. Don't really know too much about him, but seems like he assaulted some other people, I think. I'm sorry to have been affected by the situation, made bad judgment calls based on what I was willing to believe, and I deeply regret. I also want to apologize to OTK, our staff, and our partners who put their trust in me. Every day I represent our organization in the best way I can. OTK has informed me that the organization is in the process of contracting a third party to investigate the actions above. Yeah, so it seems like some of this was covered before, but maybe was kind of mentioned, then nobody brought it up again, and now that everything's coming out. Wait, this is just funny. What? Bungie accused of hacking by Destiny 2 cheat maker? Okay, this is just. In what a world we live in that that he's countersuing Bungie for being hackers. What a world. What is this?
And you can't fucking sleep at night because you blame yourself and you sit there and replay a situation over and over again to say, what the fuck should I have done different so this doesn't happen to me again? What the fuck should I have done different so this didn't fucking happen to me? And you can't, and you have fucking nightmares, and you can't even be with a partner again because you have nightmares. You're just cuddling your fucking partner in bed, and they just like spoon you, and all of a sudden you're dreaming of someone groping you, dreaming of someone touching you, and it's so fucking hard. And you guys, I don't know if you guys experienced this in the call, but this is just my perspective, and it's just, and that's why, like first of all, I don't know why like you guys are arguing about this without even like asking, like what's Adriana's perspective of this, first of all, and second of all, that's why people are so mad. That's why people are so mad, because that seed of doubt is not a joke to the audience. Like, yeah, fuck me, I'm going through it. I get Reddit comments every.
Very traumatic thing to do, or to have had happen. This is the problem with having such a polluted world, in my opinion. That's what I think it is. We have garnered a world of sex, a sex positivity world. Yet at the same time, we will say the the obvious, the correct thing of don't grope women, don't hurt women, don't, do anything drastic, because it's terrible. It's absolutely disgusting, despicable. It's terrible. But at the same time, we'll then push porn and this sexual lifestyle on people. And having been in or still, I guess you could say, still in a massive porn addiction, it's so easy to go from porn to have a misconstrued concept of consent, of sex, of what people actually think, because porn is fake. It's just fake. It's just made up to make us feel like, yeah, this is actually what happens. But it's not. And because it's so propagated at all places, and because we're so easy to spill it up and talk about, especially in the online sphere, Twitch, YouTube. YouTube isn't as much, but like Twitch, especially Twitch, it's everywhere. Especially in a lot of most of the big streamers. And just think about the amount of porn stars that have become Twitch streamers, and they've moved on from, in a sense, their adult career, and have moved on to Twitch streaming. Well, kind of the same thing, but they're still bringing over these fan bases that have been consuming their content that is sexually arousing. That's not going to necessarily lead to good outcomes. And obviously, I'm not for any of this. I think porn should be banned. I think, and I think just any actions towards a woman that isn't consensual, or even a man. A woman could do it to a man too. But any actions, any sort of groping that isn't with, express permission from the person is wrong. It's bad. You also need to have a healthy dose of, acknowledgement of that your world, or the way you perceive the world, is not the way other people perceive the world. I can't always, I can't assume what other people, how other people perceive the world, because I have my way of perceiving the world. I have my worldview that has my moral standings, and then another person may come in and they may something different. There are, of course, common grounds that we have, but not everyone will always agree on everything. I don't agree with some things people say. A lot of people say, actually. But we need to come in and have that common ground of what's right, what's wrong. It can't be gray. We have to have a morally... The world is black and white. It was set apart black and white from the onset of the world because of sin. And because we have now moved into, we've been dying ever since then. We're going to continue to have these problems. Obviously, not everyone's going to have these problems, but people that are inundating themselves in specifically debaucherous lifestyles, these lifestyles that are seeking a higher thrill. Things are going to happen, especially in any sort of thing. You try to reach a new height, rock climbing, may not be the same type of, peril and danger of having, you might just lose an arm or a leg, or you might seriously hurt yourself. There's a separate level of being aware of your own safety. There's an added conscious element of knowing what you're doing. Will it affect you, or will it affect others? This ties back to the whole tongue. We need to have a tongue that is willing to abide our command. We can't just let it free and say whatever it wants. That's how we get, all this trauma. Every sea creature, reptile, bird, or animal is tamed and has been tamed by man, but no man can tame the tongue. It is restless evil, full of deadly poison. We praise our Lord and Father with it, and we curse men who are made in God's likeness with it. We cannot fully tame it, but we need to be able to control it. Think of a rodeo. You don't control the bull you're on. You can guide it, but you can't control it. If you let loose, you're gonna go flying. You might get killed. You might get run over. You might get stomped. You could theoretically die. It's not too dissimilar than having a tongue that is out of control and you just let say whatever comes into your head. You need to have a healthy grasp of what is acceptable, what is right, what is pure, what is correct to say. And that will come if you are seeking a life after the Lord, in my case. Or because I'm a Christian, I think that will come of seeking a life of Christ. I don't fully believe just living your life, you'll be able to have that control. I mean, just see the people online, on Twitch, on YouTube. These people in these spheres, these groups, any group. If you don't have control, you're going to say some wild stuff. Everyone. And you need to be able to have that control and that understanding that that you dictate your future and your life.